Hello, YouTube viewers out there. I had a couple of requests to do a follow-up video on where I am today, and a couple of people wondering on what's happened to me. And since today is February 16th, 2007, I figured there's no better time to give up a summary than the 5-year anniversary of me coming home. Let's just start back at the beginning. I came home during the Winter Olympics of Salt Lake City, where I'm from. So I came back amidst this big city-wide party, and it was cool. I didn't really get into it that much. I was still kind of shell-shocked from being home. I got a job. I got accepted to BYU. Throughout the rest of 2002, I worked full-time to save money for school. I was pretty good at saving money back then. 2003, I went into school full-time. I enjoyed BYU quite a bit, but I was surprised that I didn't meet anybody there. Didn't really have a chance to. After one semester and taking the summer off, I met Sarah Gaither. She had just moved from Arkansas with her family, and I met her in the singles ward, for people that might not know what that is. It's a church group just for single people. We hit it off really quickly. So within a year of meeting, we were married, actually a year to the month. So as of August 2004, we were married. We moved to Provo, where BYU is. Previously, for the last year and a half, I had been taking the bus all the way down from Salt Lake, and that's a miserable hour and a half for those of you who have ever experienced it, know what I mean, which is probably none of you. So anyway, we moved to Provo. She was going to UVSC and I was going to BYU. Right about that time, actually it was before we got married, I found out that I was not accepted to the film program at BYU. And that was really the only reason I decided to go to that school. It's the only reason I wanted to go to college. Ever since I can remember, I haven't wanted to be anything else but a filmmaker. And I was going to the school in Miami, and I paused to go on the mission, and I came back, and it just didn't feel right. Miami's a crazy place. And so I decided to go to BYU instead, and then their film program didn't accept me. And I'm not going to go into why, but let's just say it was a stupid reason. I'm not saying that I'm like the best, most deserving person to go to this school. I'm just saying they had stupid reasons for not letting me in. So anyway, I just pounded through another year, my grades slipping more and more, and I just decided I didn't want to do this anymore. So after a year of living in Provo in a dumpy one-bedroom partitioned house, we moved back to Salt Lake, moved into an apartment. Now we're at August 2005 for the timeline. We moved into the apartment that we're currently at. We've been here almost a year and a half now. Life got a lot better once we got out of Provo. I personally don't have anything against Provo. Sarah certainly does. I need to back up a little bit. We did get married in the Salt Lake Temple, and it was a great ceremony. We had a lot of family there. She's absolutely the love of my life. She means everything to me, and I couldn't imagine life without her. So anyway, back to August 2005, I started working 2 or 3 or 4 jobs. You know, without a college degree, things get kind of crazy as far as getting steady work goes. I mostly took care of disabled adults. While I was in college, I worked at the local television station, but after school, when I wasn't a full-time student, I had to give that up. So I started working with disabled adults, and that's one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had. Not financially though, but it was a fun job, and I got to work with a lot of really special people, and it was really enjoyable work. Unfortunately, like I said, not very financially rewarding, and that wasn't a problem as long as Sarah was working full-time. But we eventually got prompted to have a baby, and we felt it was time, and we'd waited over a year, 2 years actually. We got pregnant 2 years after getting married. So here we are. We have a baby due in 2.5 months. He will be Sebastian Nye Jr. For those that never caught that, Sebastian is my first name. We only go by Elder on the mission, as most of you probably know. So we're going to have a little Sebi, and we're really excited about that, and he will be born supposedly on May 1st. Sarah's doing good. She was firing out both ends a couple nights ago, but that's probably the flu more than anything. She's doing good now, and she's still working full time, but she'll be quitting in a month. That put me in a real tough situation because I wanted to be able to provide for us completely and not have to pressure her into working and make her feel like she needs to. So in order to do that, I really had to start looking for another job, and I was blessed enough to find a job at a television station, which is on the long run, I'd like to say on the path to film, or at least creative fiction production, as opposed to like 2-minute news or 20-second news clips that I'm cutting now. But it's a fun job and it pays a lot better than my last one, and I'm really happy with it. I've been doing that for just barely over a month now, and I'm loving it, and I'm going there today, and I'll still be working a night job just because, oh, you know, money. Anyway,